Hey, welcome back. Today I wanted to share with you a quick DIY that you can do. It is this dress right there. I'm gonna do that super quick, it's super easy. And I did it with two $3 sweaters that I got from Walmart. So let's get started. Okay, like I said, I'm starting out with two sweaters that I got from Walmart. I got them, they were $3 each. They were plus size clothing, but they were great for me because I wanted to do an oversized sweater. You don't have to have matching sweaters to do this. You can do a two-tone look or something like that. But I did like that I was able to get two matching sweaters, and I do like the way the sleeve is there because it goes with the whole oversized look that I'm trying to achieve. All right, so first, I'm just going to start out by laying out my sweaters. I'm only going to do one sweater at a time, but you can see there that they were $3 and they were originally like $18 at Walmart. So if you see something on sale that's nice, that you like the style of it, maybe grab it if it's a good deal and then figure out what you can do with it later like I did. All right, so first I'm going to start by cutting off the sleeves because I don't need that part. I thought about making a belt with these sleeves, but then I decided to do something else, and I'm going to save that for a later project. And then I just want to cut the top because I want an opening that will match with the bottom of the first sweater. And like I said, this is a quick and easy DIY that you can do. So it's a great sewing project if you're just getting started, or you just want to revamp something in your closet or that you have picked up like I did. All right, so I cut off both, and then I want to cut off the other side. There's an easier way to do this to make sure it's even, because if you can see, I don't know if you can, the front is shorter than the back, which is good for what I'm doing because your behind is in the back and that lifts up. So you want a little bit longer in the back, but not too much longer. But you can see when I cut it one side at a time, it made it a bit uneven, so I had to even it out. The best way that I found to even it out was to line up the front with the front and the back with the back. So I matched up the side seams, folded it over itself, and then cut it straight that way, because when you line it up the other way that I was originally cutting it, it made it uneven because you were kind of just eyeballing it. So that way is a better way to cut it if you're cutting a shirt and you want to make sure that everything is nice and even. All right, so once I did that part, then I just went on to attaching it, the top part that I did cut off there to the other part of there. And also I had to close up the sides where I opened up the arms. So where I cut off the armholes, I had to close that up also. But once I did that, and you can do that with a zigzag stitch. I did mine with a serger, but you can do it with a zigzag stitch, and just make sure I would do a straight line and then the zigzag stitch, just to make sure the edges weren't raw and fraying. But once I did that, I'm just going to match up the side seams in the front center and the middle center. So I'm only doing 4 pins in it because the size is different. So I'm going to have to kind of pull at the bottom of the top part as I'm sewing it. So that's why I only pin the sides and the middle, so that I have those reference points when I'm pulling, so that I don't pull too much or too little, so I can, just give it a tug as I'm going. And you have to be careful when you're doing it not to pull both. You just want to pull the one that needs to stretch out to match with the other one. Once I have it all lined up, I'm going to go back to the serger, but like I said, you can just do a straight stitch all around and then go over it with the zigzag stitch, over the edge, so that it kind of closes it up and it gives it the same kind of serger look, as long as you don't make your zigzags too wide. But like I said, I'm going to go over mine with the serger because it's quicker and easier. If you have a couple $100 and you don't have a serger and you like to sew, I would advise you to get a serger because it makes everything simpler for a lot of the projects that you would be doing. I don't know if you can see here, but I am giving it a little tug at the bottom, like I said I was going to be doing, so that everything lines up and you just keep going all the way around. And when you're done, you probably will have like a little lettucey type look. I don't know if you've ever seen the lettuce hems, where they are kind of wavy and stuff, but that's all right because how we're going to finish it off, you won't really see that part, but you're going to go all the way around so everything is connected, and then the two parts are one, and you're almost done with your dress once you get to that part. Okay, now, so this is it with it done. And you can see like it's kind of wavy there where it connects at because the other part was bigger than that part. But you could finish it off here and just get one of those thick belts, pull it up to where you want to be and tie the belt real tight. And then you would be done. But I'm going to add elastic so I don't have to do that if I don't want to do that. So we'll go on to the next part. But you should put it on here, see how it fits. Make sure everything is good before you go on to the next step. All right, so I got a piece of elastic that would be the size of my waist. It ended up, because how big the waist was, not being able to stretch out enough. So I just added another piece as I went on. What you would really do with an elastic is look in the inside here, and then you would kind of encase the elastic. So you would get another piece of fabric, go over, like, close up the elastic, go over the whole thing, and then it'll like kind of be enclosed so you wouldn't see the elastic. But I'm going to do it simpler so that is easy to do. Again, you could do this with a zigzag stitch, but I'm going to be doing it with the serger. I'm just going to attach the elastic where I attach the two pieces together. You're going to have to pull the elastic. I'm trying to pull it as much as I can because I was trying to get it to go around the whole thing. So that'll be a perfect size for the waist. But like I said, I did run a little bit short on it. So like I said, I'm pulling just the elastic, not the sweater as I'm going around. You can see that sometimes I do get caught up because I don't pin and stuff like that. So, and sometimes with the serger, like the pieces will feed back into it. So you have to just be cautious of that and try to snip them off if it does that. But I was trying to go fast. And so I had a few little bit of issues you can see there, but I just snip it off and you keep on going. And at that part, when it does that, what you'll have is just a real thick piece of like the thread. It'll go around and it'll be real thick, but you'll go all the way around. And then once you're done with that part, I'll show you how to do the next part. This is the part where I ran out of the elastic, so I had to just get another little piece. This time I didn't cut it before because I just wanted to make sure it all worked out. So I just kind of overlapped it and then continued things. So if you were using a zigzag, if you're using a serger, whatever you're doing, just do it kind of the same way. And then I cut it off once it was done. And then you can see it's just like the pieces kind of overlap and they're like flappy at the top, but that's all right because we're going to fix the top part too. All right, so once you have done that part, then you can go on to the top part. All right, for some reason I couldn't get a good angle on that, but here I'm just doing the zigzag stitch that I told you can do in the beginning, or any stretch stitch, because you want to make sure that it's able to pull and stretch without the threads snapping once you stretch it, whatever stuff. So I'm just doing a zigzag stitch over the top there, so that it attaches to the piece. And then once you're done with that, the front should look like kind of like you encased it, like you had a whole little casing, what have you. So it's hard to tell with the fabric, but if you can look real close, you can see that it kind of looks like a waistband right there once you're done, because you attached at the top and at the bottom. And then you will try it on again, make sure everything is good. If it's too big, you can also just take it in on the sides. I could have took it in on the sides and then put the elastic in, but I wanted a real baggy look. But this is it. You can see the front lines up with everything, and I think it's super cute. So if you like, please give it a big old thumbs up. Do not forget to subscribe for more like ideas on how to flip your closet and different things like that. And I will see you in the next video.